give me another way to explain it. Okay, let's simplify and shift tone. Here's another way to explain drama in a straightforward and relatable way without sounding preachy, because I don't want that. Drama is when people turn everyday situations into emotional messes. It's not just talking. That's right. Stirring things up, usually by gossiping or focusing too much on other people's lives. It creates tensions and stress that didn't need to be there. Measurement of microcephalin and APSM, which are two genes that relate to brain development. Like these personal, petty, and exhausting.
Yeah, it's still not working.
It is the kind of background noise that never stops. Instead of talking about things we can build on or learn from, we keep looping back to who did what, who said what, about whom, to whom, when, and why. It makes the conversation feel small, like it never grows.
Yep,
Kind of
not
like
working.
penis, but...
I think you're describing someone else in here. Comedian, maybe?
I'm just trying my best to explain to you how you talking about these things is, it's just drama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're describing comedian, not me.
No, I don't think I'm describing comedian.
Oh, I think that you are, definitely.
No, comedian.
Well, I think that's why you got moved down, right?
Why can't it be both?
No, comedian is annoying. You are drama.
Oh, he's very dramatic.
No, he's
Full
not.
of drama.
No, he's not.
I mean, that's what he was doing on here. That's why you guys moved him down, right?
Biological determinism. You know what that is?
He's moved down for being annoying. You're the one.
When was the last time that he presented an idea?
Nigga, did you just say, there's a room about Bobadilla saying that, okay, that
I laughed because it's a funny room title.
Well, how about you laugh within yourself, nigga?
God. Here, there's another room title called 100 Men versus a Gorilla.
Drama! Ain't nobody cares. Ain't nobody cares.
Do you not make room titles because you want people to
Nobody cares, nigga.
Like when you had...
Not one damn person cares, motherfucker. Not one damn person.
Yeah, that's why you made your room title Mascara to Cover Up Bald Spots.
Drama! Often making things bigger than they need to be, when conversations constantly revolve around what others are doing, who said what to whom and why. Passing judgment, it pulls attention away from real topics, like ideas or shared interests, and keeps people stuck in emotional noise. How about we talk about things that push your life forward?
Like your room titles, okay.
My room title is irrelevant. We never talk about my room titles.
The point is, people make room titles to be funny.
IP gives you... Okay, how about we go back to IP? How about we talk about topics, not people?
Yeah, you remember I used to do that all
my
the time.
Oh my God!
Do you remember that? Remember I used to talk about
Let's talk about what it's like to date a Muslim man, Bubble Butt.
Yeah, look at this. More drama.
Yeah, what does the title mean?
It's about IP, intellectual property, and how it's actually not really, it shouldn't be a thing, but it is unfortunately a thing, and it does give you the right...
How does it take... Yeah.
Right, because property rights allow...
How does it take other people's... Oh, sorry. This is a delay.
It gives you right to other people's property, because you are taking from them by preventing them from doing anything.
The point is, everybody is so uptight. People complain all the time when people make recordings of them. But I have proven that despite intellectual property rights laws and third-party consent states and all this bullshit, I have unobstructed been recording Clownhouse for 5 years with not one single legal ramification for making recordings of non-recordable rooms.
Yeah, so Rabbi, to that point, please give an example of IP stopping and taking up from other people's actual...
Okay, for example, we can't have app stores that we would like, because app stores are either going to be Google or it's going to be Apple, and you can't do jack shit. And guess what? If fucking Tim Cook or if whatever his name, that Tajid, if they don't like you, you're not gonna have your app out there.
Sundar Pichai, say his name, Sundar.
Wait, why is this guy mean? Wait, so, but you can create your own app store. That's a lie. Yes, you won't be as famous as the others, but you can create your own app store.
No, you cannot.
You can create anything, but you can't compete with Sundar or Tim.
What are you saying there, buddy?
Yeah, there's patents. App Store.
Can you kick this nigga?
and I know that Google. So there's an Apple patent on app stores, and then Google was able to, through some roundabout way, to get that done for them to have an app store. But they also established a patent, and so like now you have, okay, if you're gonna start an app store, like what kind of app store is it gonna be? As far as I know, the
Samsung
only
is an app store. Samsung is an app store. Huawei is an app store. Xiaomi has an app store. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many alternatives. Just maybe not in the West, but they do exist.
yeah, but Xiaomi is Chinese, and these guys don't respect proper IP rights.
Samsung. Okay, but okay, what about Samsung?
Samsung is what? Is South Korean, I think.
South Korea, yeah. I'm saying they have an app store. What about that?
Yeah, I don't know the details.
People are descendant from Israelites, but it's very difficult to give an actual historical explanation when that's not the case. So, like, first of all, like, there would need to be like an entire story of.
Yeah, the most she can speak. Yeah.
Do you know which song I'm talking about?
That's right. Let's take
No,
one.
I don't know. Come from my.
Yeah. Come from my.
Yeah.
Come from my.
Come from my.
Either way, I think, that should be the priority, rather than trying to just.
Aziz, are you still talking eloquently about the Gaza Strip?
No, we're not. We're talking about fires now. Talking about wildfires, like more pressing issues,
It's like your mind. You can't control it. It's like a wildfire. Anybody interjects one thing. He kicked me.
Also start a big fire in on the East Coast, and they caught him. Yep. And it was a 17-year-old asshole.
Well, that's what they're taking advantage of young kids because, people feel sorry for them and yada yada.
So allegedly he was bullied, so that gives you a reason to go put everybody's life at risk and start a forest fire?
I guess.
What's the deal with these forest fires in Jerusalem? Is it domestic terrorism or is it international terrorism?
It's domestic. Those that claiming that the land of Israel belong to them. So let me ask you, if you have a Lamborghini, are you going to go outside, pour gasoline on it, and set it on fire?
No.
So explain me if that's their land, as they say, why they burn
Are you
it.
saying it's an Israeli Arab that did it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's 20% of the population, It's not really a Jewish state. Everybody, all the time on this app is delusional. If you look at the statistical breakdown, there's, 2.5 million people who aren't Jewish living in a Jewish state? I mean, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But this is where the law comes into play. Everything is dictated by the law, and if you're going to break the law, you're going to have repercussions, like the Gaza Strip.
Absolutely.
They're probably doing a favor. Hopefully nobody dies or nobody's house gets destroyed, but, you got to clear away all this brush so new growth can occur.
Well, it's a fresh brush after the winter. So it's actually very important for the animals and everything. It's pure evil.
Yeah, well, this is life. I mean, People are so polarized by the media now, and everybody's completely brainwashed. You can only expect, unexpected events to keep arising all the time because, it's like ants crawling around on an ant hill.
I can't keep up with this shit.
The moment they find a flaw in the system, they break it, and they're all over the place. So all you can do is, I don't know. I mean, in the future, it may be like a fully automated surveillance state, total biometric. So basically AI,
So China.
AI.
China.
Yeah, it's like it'll be like China
Shut
or
the fuck up, you fucking BHI. Stop calling me a BHI, dude. Stop. Shut the fuck up, you fucking BHI. Don't talk.
cool glasses, Yakuv.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is the way it is. It'll be a biometric AI security state, and if you commit a crime, the system will identify you, track you. You won't be able to go out in public, otherwise you'll be detected. And this is, the future of police and surveillance, total security all the time.
I have much easier way to deal with that. Just transport them to La La Land.
Yeah, but there's a lot of liberal Jews who are just as deranged.
Transport them also.
I know, but you can't. They have legal protections, and so they'll just have to be subjected to 360-degree AI security. And that includes social media surveillance. If you're posting inappropriate things on the internet, it'll impact you somehow. I mean, maybe it'll show up at job. Like, there's a lot of ways to tie in, the meta.
Hello?
Hello, Danny. Welcome to Intellectual Property.
So what do you think about Kias?
Like these hairs.
They are a piece of shit, but they look good.
What do you mean, Kia? Who makes Kia, by the way?
Okay, so
South
comedy.
Korea.
Yeah.
I trolled that Melissa chick.
Oh.
She was so good.
What did you say?
Oh, wow. There's a white
I trolled Rabbi Randall McDickerson because I pretended that I Skyped with Randall and saw things and so I went into the room and I was just remember when we were Skyping, and I pulled it off so well that I actually went in a room and Rabbi kicked me and he said, "This is for Melissa" or something.
Melissa hates me with a passion because I always bring up her Muslim boyfriend, and she just starts going crazy. And she has analyzed me very accurately. So she gets her lick back, but she says she works for an investment bank. I mean, it can't be that busy if you're on here at 11:35 on a Thursday. I give you chillism.
No, Matt, I don't think we'll get drafted, Matt. I don't think I will get drafted.
They're talking about the draft in
I
chillism.
think we also have a good army.
Oh.
I don't think the war is gonna happen. This is just they're gonna shit across the border. He's talking about Pakistan and India, Mr. Finley. The attack on Kashmir. Yeah, man, Kashmir is a sad story of India. I don't know why, but it's just horrible the way we have dealt with it. And I am a minority on that part. I feel like Pakistan can have Kashmir. I don't give a shit, but a lot of Indians don't feel it that way. And
There was one more thing. I'm sorry. I don't want to go back to the Beamer thing, but I wanted to say it, but I had to
The Beamer thing.
hop on the phone call real quick. The other part that really bothered me was that she said,
We've laughed so many times about that afterwards. Needless to say, we had sex. Okay, I'm just gonna share this. We spent the night together. And the Saturday after, we spent the Saturday, all Saturday together. Yeah, no, like just a lot of conversation, a lot of chemistry, a lot of love in the air, all that shit.
Is she trans, Captain?
And 3 days after this, she moves in with me.
3 days after you got a new pet? That's a big responsibility.
Wow.
That's the rest is history.
Well, why don't you guys get married?
And who is it?
Get married.
Galilean Princess and I are getting married in Chicago this summer on my sailboat.
That's right, motherfuckers.
I'm gonna serenade her with the Love Boat.
And listening.
Well, I think you guys should get married or actually move in together again, because I think you guys are a very good couple together. You look cute. And I can see and I can tell that you both like each other. So why not? You know, go ahead, go for it. Don't wait.
That's your Zen bell of
You
the
don't like
day,
it?
Daddy. You're free.
Will you tell Penn to unblock me because I was making her very uncomfortable?
All right.
What did you say?
Excuse me, I have a news alert. Penn, please unblock Danny because she was making you feel uncomfortable.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Wait. You don't love him? Anna?
I love myself.
It's
Oh
the
my
Love
God.
Boat.
Nah, come on, why wouldn't you love him?
Self-love is vanity. If you want real love returned, you have to give love. You have to give to get.
You know what, comedian? I have to moderate you.
No, I gave Hagner so much love, but he never wanted me for real.
How do you know that he never wanted you for real?
He never wanted me for real.
How do you know?
All right, this room is now a revenge room for those who started the fires in Jerusalem. Allahu Akbar! I boomed the room, Danny. I boomed the room.
That's the word they use to describe them, basically.
Nah, man, I don't follow that shit religion. I just don't follow any other good religion, to be honest.
So you don't
So you
have
don't see me.
man, if you want, you can follow
You
these.
don't see me fighting to say Jesus was a black man.
Nigga, you can follow these nuts. It doesn't matter what you follow. What matters is that I don't think the war based on race. I don't think so. Okay, look at the Africans. The Africans sold all their gold to the Europeans in return for glass. The Africans sold, they literally gave black people to the Europeans as slaves in return for glass. The black people in Africa, they glass. I'm telling you, Google it. The blacks in
I'm
Africa.
saying it was a mirror. It wasn't a glass. It was mirror.
No, they wanted to make glass beads because they used it as currency. They literally thought that glass is better currency than fucking gold. They gave their gold to the Europeans like idiots. That's why I always tell the black people, you never was kings. Never was kings. What kind of retard gives gold for glass?
But Rabbi, what about Mansa Musa? One African, richest in the history of the world.
That proves the point. That proves the point. Because Mansa Musa spent all his gold. He just threw gold like crazy.
Yeah, he actually sold gold for salt. And then he thought he used. But at that time, salt was way more expensive. So
you do know that Mansa Musa crashed the Egyptian, right?
Yeah, with his gold, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Salt was way more valuable than that.
He just went to Egypt, he spent a shit ton of gold, and then he crashed the Egyptian economy because
Not even that. You know what's fucked up? Rabbi, he's the reason slavery even started. Because he started bragging like Mayweather to all these Europeans, like, oh, look at me, man, I got all this gold and whatever. And that's when, Europeans started going to Africa.
Mansa Musa was the original rapper.
He was a bragger, man. He was the original influence.
Wasn't he a Muslim?
fact, yes. John was just like DJ Khaled. He was a DJ. He was a black DJ Khaled.
Oh, DJ Khaled is Muslim?
Yeah, don't you know
DJ Khaled is Palestinian.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's a Muslim.
Yes.
You know that?
Did you guys know that Kanye West is a self-hating Jew?
I agree with that.
He black.
I remember a police chase in college in California where they thought that like DJ Khaled got shot, and like the guy who got shot looked just like DJ Khaled.
Nipsey Hussle.
Have you guys heard?
Wait, it was just a random fat and brown guy.
Basically,
That got
yeah,
shot.
in the police chase.
Yeah.
But on TV, it looked like DJ Khaled. It's like a recon DJ Khaled.
I hope to God you live in a black neighborhood till the day you die.
That's right.
Hey man, shout out to DJ Khaled, man. That guy, why is he always loud like that, man? DJ Khaled. Do other Arabs sound like that when they sing in the songs?
We're the best. We don't say.
We're the best.
Wait, Musanda, haven't you seen the videos from Palestine? It's always Takbir! It's right or brown. There's no difference.
Exactly. That's where I get it from. We're the best. No one can beat us.
Yeah.
Then now they broke up. Now they're all enemies and hate each other. What's that good plan? YMCSB. Remember how they were the shit that time in the 2000s, 2010.
YMCA. Oh, that's a new restaurant. That's nice. Shit.
That's right.
DJ Khaled.
What a scam. Like $33 burger. Can you believe that? Oh, thank you.
What chain restaurant are you looking at, Rabbi?
It's not a known chain. It's like,
Okay. We just got 5 Guys where I live, and they take, I think it's like $30 for a burger.
No. It's not, I have one where you live. We have 5 guys. Not that much. It's more expensive, obviously, than like McDonald's, but it's not.
No, but I think it's because it's the only one. It was the same when we had only one Starbucks where I live. It was the first one, and like the prices were insane. If you just went into a random Starbucks in New York, you would be like, yeah, you get the regular price. But where I live, they took like a fucking like $8 for a fucking venti. It's like what's going on? But it's the branding.
This is just one burger with like 2 onion fries. $33.
That's crazy. What the fuck is going on? Seriously. Huh? It's also like, it's not like...
Have you guys ever eaten some Nando's before?
At what?
Eaten what?
Nando's. Nando's from the UK. Yeah, Nando's.
Oh, Nando's.
Nando's chicken. Nando's chicken. Yes.
No, I haven't. No.
Of course, the African is going to talk about fried chicken now.
Of course. Or he's going to talk about watermelons.
Of course. Fried chicken and watermelon. What else do you think I was going to
Of course. But is it good, Musanda? Is it cost like the price to niceness ratio? Is it worth the money at Nando's?
No, I don't know. Where are you right now? It's a South African brand, so I'm asking about Nando's.
Yeah, no. I'm in Northern Europe, so nowhere near England or London.
You know Nando's that?
Nope, unfortunately not. But I went to Paris like 3 weeks ago, and they have this place. It was also extremely overpriced. Fucking Paris is one of the most overrated cities in the fucking world. But they have this chain where you can buy lobster sandwiches. Have you heard about this? And it was the same there. Like it's like a tiny burger, but it has lobster sauce.
You know why things are expensive in Paris?
Yeah.
And most of Europe?
Oh, chat.
Because
Because of the Jews. No, why? Why?
No. I'm sorry. I was going to say it's because of the overprinting central banks do. They constantly print money, now you need more to buy the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Print the money.
Print the money.
Print the money.
Why are you print? Homer Lobster was the name of this place, and I mean, you get like one. It's like a what do you call the bread with that has extra butter in it? It's called something special. Fuck. What's it called?
Panda, can you just say to Alex, why are you?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to know, why are you gay?
Okay, no.
No. Princess, it has to be Musanda because he has the African accent.
I was on the phone. I didn't hear anything that was happening.
Can you ask him, why are you gay?
I'm not an African, I'm South African.
Ah, goddammit. Oh,
Oh, you're white. Masanda's white.
Why are you gay?
No, I'm not.
no. Musanda is Bantu.
Just ask it, nigga.
Yeah, I'm a Bantu.
No. But it's like South African, it's the Nigerian accent that you need, and Musanda doesn't have the Nigerian accent. That's what you need.
Oh, he does it very well.
You need Uganda. It's Uganda.
Yeah, Uganda.
Lou, respond to my telegram.
So it's like.
But it's the same.
The eyes like ice cream. Is the Why are you gay? Why are you gay? I'm not gay. You are gay.
Prince here. Where is Prince Green? Where are you from?
I'm a Palestinian.
No way. No. Look at this. Look at this nose right here.
My nose.
Yeah, that nose is way too big to be from Palestine.
You think my nose is big? That's so mean.
I'm joking, Prince.
Yeah, you give me Arab vibes. I think you're Arab. I can sense Arab.
I think maybe Lebanese.
I am an Arab.
Yeah.
Palestinian.
He's a goddamn Arab.
My dad used to tell me often, you are Arabiya, you are Arabiya.
Oh my god.
He emphasized that I was an Arab.
Yeah, there's no such thing as Amazi. Those people are dead a long time ago. I'm not Arab, I'm Amazi. Yeah, but you're part of the Arab League.
They had moved on long time ago. Because I was, dude, oh man. This is just, I get it now. I get it.
You was weak because you didn't have the wisdom.
Yeah, I get it though. I every woman that I was with, they didn't want to tell me that they felt like I was a weak little man. And so what they did was they put on this performance and cried, act like it was, like, oh my God, like they were so hurt by something I said. But if you love me and you claim you love me like you said you did, when I came to my senses and came back to you, why the fuck were you gone? You see what I'm saying? Like, it was a fucking did you go over that girl house last night? It was a performance. It was a fucking performance.
It's performative art. It's a performative art. You got to realize love is just a concept like God. It's a letters and it's words. It's I'm eating a grapefruit right now. This grapefruit is more real than love. This grapefruit that I'm eating right now is more real than the God. It's in my hands. It's in my mouth. It's delicious. And I'm swallowing it. And I'm digesting it. And I'm metabolizing it. It's real.
Oh my gosh, bro. That is so fucking awesome. I'm just saying well, the God, man, I dig what you're saying. And for me, it's I am the God within the construct of humanity. Oh shit, I'm dropping some motherfucking word spells. But yeah, like, because I'm the one creating it, and I see this, and I'm like, oh fuck, because every fucking relationship, the woman, every time I tried to turn around and go back, they were gone. They cried, they act like they were so hurt by, me
You know,
big. I want a bigger.
You gotta realize there's
money. Huh?
there's you have to really ponder and consider parasites and what a parasite does. Really, it's like an oilman. It's extraction, it's sucking, it's viscosity, it's fluid mechanics, and it's all part of performance.
Yo, they put on a fucking awesome. I mean, I did it actually, technically, but just if we're gonna put it in human perspective, they fucking put on an awesome fucking show. I mean, it was my show, but from a human perspective, they put on an awesome show. Wow, fucking A, bro. Oh, fuck. And all of them, and it's like they all think, everybody thinks they're different, and it's like it's the same. Like every fucking relationship that I can even recall, I can reflect ever being in, bro, it ended kind of the same way. Every woman said they loved me. Every woman said I was everything to them. And when that first breakup happened, that was it. They were gone. They would cry. I had one lady when I was in my journey. She thought I was broke, but she took me to it. She cried. She had her own place, and she took me to a homeless shelter. Well, she didn't do it. She had her son drop me off. I had my first wife, my second wife. I remember her paying for a bus ticket for me to get the fuck out of Raleigh, like crying. But she wasn't crying. My daughter was crying, but she paid for a bus ticket so I could get the fuck out of her, basically to leave, get away from the city where she was. Holy shit, bro. And the performance that she put on, like the crying that she did prior to that shit happening, was fucking hilarious. Oh, fuck. What up, bitchy? Yeah, I just got it, man. I just realized that the performance that I witnessed was fucking miraculous. Of every relationship I had been in with a female, how they had cried and act like it was so bad, but they just didn't want to say you a little dick and you don't fit all of my check marks. That's all. That was it. But the truth is shit, I was too ashamed to say the same thing. Like, bitch, your pussy stink, and I'm not really feeling this shit no more. But I was acting like, oh fuck, it's the mirror, bro. It's the mirror in fucking A. Like I said, it was a great performance. I put on a great performance. It was a great performance that I created because it wasn't them per se. It was, well, okay, when you're talking about it from a creative.
But if you created it though, I hope you're not reminiscing or even dejected, because the now is all important.
Yeah, no. But well, yeah, the now, absolutely. But what I'm saying is just reflecting. It's like, holy shit, what a fucking bravo! Like again, I'm so impressed by what I've done. I am so impressed. Like there's no fucking way that I could ever get with. That's why I was telling you last night. I was like, dude, there's no way I could even get with a woman or a man ever again, because I've watched my work. I know what I've done, and I have been so fucking impressed about my work that I would never act like it was somebody else. I don't even want to be with another woman. I don't even want to do it. It just doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Well, you gotta look at it. If you're creating it, it's your simulation, not their simulation. Or if you're a normal person, it is their simulation too. I mean, it just depends on what you really think. But the point is, what are you doing today? Other than projecting.
Well, I mean, I'm creating this moment right now. Like, we're all sitting in this room, and
I know, but what I'm asking you is,
I think this is a great performance. performance. I think actually just for the sake of those who don't really understand the art, right? I think that they're listening like, what the fuck is he talking about? But that's even great. That's a created moment. This is what I wanted to create. I wanted to.
Well,
get
let me
on,
ask
and
you
I
a
wanted
question.
to put the replays on, and I wanted to create this moment of this reflection moment of and then kind of put the listening ear.
It's not original, though.
What?
It's not original. Let me ask you a question. How do you meditate?
Did you say axe?
Yeah, I'm asking you how do you meditate?
I did. You sound like a nigga. I did hear axe. I thought he said axe. Yeah, like he was axe in a tree or something.
I'm just asking you, at the end of every Clown House conversation, I come to the conclusion that most people are completely unaware of how to meditate.
Okay. So how do you meditate?
I hypnotize myself with books, and that is technically a forced meditation, but it's a very functional and self-improvement type of way. It's not really self-improvement, but you realize that there's programming sitting on books, but most people don't have the willpower or the ability to actually integrate a program into their psyche. And so you have people on this app that are just doing the song that never ends, spinning in a dance that is going nowhere. I mean, dances go nowhere, but the point is these people in this app are in a purgatory, spinning around, and they are incapable of getting out of this abyss. It's an abyss.
Yes. The abyss is beautiful, though. You have to find the beauty in it, my friend. Like, you're talking about meditation, but I mean, I think what you're saying, and you're absolutely correct, in so many ways. But also in so many ways, you have to understand that even just the existing is a form of meditation. Like the abyss that these individuals that you hear are in is what you are creating in your own meditation.
I know, but I'm only here for a short time, and then I'll have to leave you.
The words are like the more you read, the more engulfed. Like you said, the more engulfed in psychosis you get into. You get into this pattern. I call it an algorithm, right? It's a hypnosis, the hypnotic rhythm, and I totally get where you're coming from. Totally.
Well, see, in the liturgy, you and Benji are described as the Black Brothers of the Abyss.
Yes, I am. We are the Black Brothers of the Abyss. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, he's talking about the abyss. Like I know I'm like the Lord of the Abyss. I'm like the Prince Lord, the Son of the Abyss. And so that's why I enjoy coming on to this platform and getting what I get. I was asking a comedian why he felt like that. I know why you feel like that, Brother Lucifer. Oh, why? Oh, why do you think?
Are you asking me a question? I just said it's in liturgy. I didn't write it or create it myself. I read it in what's called a book. When was the last time you picked up these things called book?
Something I didn't hear. Wait, go ahead. What did you say, comedian? You didn't hear what you said.
I said in the liturgy, you two are described as the Black Brothers of the Abyss.
I just didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Oh, who describes us? Where? In what book?
The Master.
That's what I'm trying to say. The Black Brothers of the Abyss.
The Master.
Lena may know. Lena knows a lot. Oh, let's call her up. She's very knowledgeable.
Lena used to work at Studio 54 as a cocktail waitress.
She's got nice tits too, bro.
You seen them live, baby? Oh, comedian, what do you have for us today, brother? What do you want us to feel?
I have a powerful hypnosis to change your life, to make you a billionaire.
Wait, she got nice tits. She does have nice tits.
Oh, I sent you a new photo of them too, just yesterday.
Yeah, baby.
She has squirrels that live in those titties.
Yo, she's got like strawberry nipples.
Yeah, I do admit.
Strawberry nipples sound delicious.
Strawberry nipples, bro. They
The paps of the universe.
It's like eating fresh fruit from a fucking tree. Yummy.
The tree of life, knowledge, death.
Tree of knowledge of life. I told you, do not eat from this tree, bitch.
Lena, Lucifer here was reminiscing about some women he used to date and their performative capabilities. Have you ever intentionally been performative with a man that you were interested in?
Yeah, but it was the 80s, so it doesn't count.
What do you mean it doesn't? What take us? No, I was telling everybody, right? I got it. Like the women that I was with, right? Instead of saying you got a small dick, you don't have enough money, you don't eat pussy well, or whatever the case may be, they cried and act like what I said hurt their feelings. And then when I did a reflection out in the human moment, and I was like, oh my God, when I took what they said and I digested it as if it was me, right? I was in their hypnosis, and then when I came back on, hey guys, I'm so sorry. Like you're right, and I want to make this right. It was like this. They were gone. They were gone, bro. And to me, it's funny because I realized it was performative, and I'm like, not even to say they performed, but it was me who actually brought that shit to life. And I'm sitting back now, like I told everybody, I'm reflecting on my movie, and I'm like, fucking bravo, like OMG, bro. This is the reason why I won't I don't need to get involved with anybody. I'm involved with myself. It's not even.
But see, if you're actually involved with somebody else, are you still not involved in yourself? I mean, the point is, a lot of people just haven't done the education with regards to self. So they get lost in others' self. However, if you are what they call like a bodhisattva or someone who returns to help, other people, it's your privilege and your duty to help liberate other people from themselves. Most people are just prisoners of their self. So if you are the Jah and you are the liberator, you help people realize just how hypnotized they are, and you de-hypnotize them.
Right. That's all we do. What you could do is just live by example, right? And you just, as the example, you do actually end up breaking the cycle, because you are the embodiment of that in the flesh. And so just walking and being and just, singing like a songbird that I am, it's actually in creating shows and just constantly creating in the space of creation, you actually end up breaking the cycle. So the cycle of those who are in the hypnosis, or you kind of like, it's almost like I'm looking at my world, and my world is actually coming to it from, like, I'm creating my world. I'm creating the world. Like he said that people are sleeping. I'm seeing that maybe people are sleeping in my world, and I am becoming the hero, the villain that becomes the hero. That's why I label myself Satan or Lucifer, because I am the villain. Everyone calls me the villain, but I am truly the hero, because I'm trying to liberate them from their cages, of which I created in the first place. I created their cage so I could be their villain. Be their villain and their hero. I'm such a fucking dirty dog. I fucking love it, man. This shit is dope. Like, so it's just like, talking to those who I've been, and I will, ladies and gentlemen, we will be having these interviews of these women that I was involved with. I know I'm gonna have to pay them to talk. Most people, you need to pay to get out of this cycle, right? Which is such a fucking, it even makes the cycle even greater, or just didn't realize that you were in bed with the fucking God, with the devil himself, God, Lucifer, the Dark Star, the fucking king of the prince of the abyss. You didn't realize.
How did they not realize it though? I mean, didn't you bring, the hammer of Thor to that Punani, and how did they not just get liberated from the smash and the Big Bang?
Because they wanted the big, the huge. They thought of a hammer being something like huge, like this fucking busting your ovaries and mixing like your eggs. I couldn't mix the eggs, bro. I was not getting to the eggs. I couldn't scramble the eggs. I had to have a bigger tool. And at the time, I didn't understand the tool was small at the time. But now, talk about busting ovaries. I'm fucking shit up when I go in that motherfucker now, right? When I go in and probe that motherfucker now, good God Almighty, man, I'm fucking, the shit is like when I'm busting, it's coming out her mouth. Like I'm just.
They call that juicing.
Juice it now. So it's just this is so awesome. Oh fuck, bro, I'm having an orgasm right now. I'm in tears right now.
I get it. I too was a weak little man, but only when I came across the truth and I integrated the wisdom and the knowledge into my mind did I find a way out. And I found the lock and the key and the secret tokens. And through meditation, I liberated myself from the weakness. And now strength is my joy.
Ah, yes. Indeed. Oh man, what a fucking, just so awesome. So awesome. But the further, the deeper you go into the abyss, the further the parameters of humanity, the boundaries fade. It becomes very dark, and the boundaries fade, and you realize that these boundaries that are created are for the weak. Well, not for the weak, but I created them to cage them.
Are you sure? I don't think there's boundaries in the abyss. I think that's the trick of the abyss, where it's just an infinite loop. There's no getting out.
There's no boundaries. It's just fucking, it's awesome. It's an unlimited creation, just constantly creating over and over again.
I'm going to put my YouTube in the chat because I'm doing a special show here in my mom's basement as I drink Miller High Life and smoke cannabis. But I hope you like the video component. You can turn the volume down if you have a separate device, but I'm doing a picture show right now. I hope you enjoy. Link is in the chat. Welcome back to Jigsaw's Abyss.
Good to see you again, Jigsaw. I appreciate you for that. I'll text you a little later. You are now allowed to leave again.
So why is it that people keep talking about the GOD in all its varieties?
What else is there out there? Nothing. Rather there be nothing.
Well, I mean, if I were to take you to a special needs autism Down syndrome hospital clinic right now, you don't hear them talking about the GOD, do they? Because they can't read the books, and they don't even entertain them with the books, because the people that work in special needs want to keep Down syndrome people down. They don't want to fill them up with the Holy Spirit and have an autistic Down syndrome person running around about talking about God all the time, becoming an evangelist. That would be ridiculous.
Wait, what'd you say? The psychiatrists don't want to do what?
I'm saying, everyone, without the books, we would have no God. So what I'm saying is the Down syndrome people who are being kept in special care clinics throughout the country, if they were given the books and they could comprehend and integrate them, which they can't because they have severe disabilities, what I'm saying is it would be like a comedy show if you had a bunch of Down syndrome people who became evangelists because they figured out the book and but it just can't happen because they have Down syndrome.
Down syndrome. I wonder what that would look like. That would be funny as shit.
Dude.
That would be hilarious as fuck, bro.
Anyone ever seen my movie that I have out?
I said I was gonna watch it. Can you put the? I'm gonna watch it now. Can you put?
I'm gonna time you later.
Put it in the chat real quick because I'm gonna watch it now. I'm gonna get off this line and watch it now.
I'd rather.
That has implications for the argument.
Yeah, so I think what I want to grant to people who believe in the evolutionary argument for naturalism,
they made music and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but this.
Yeah, that's dangerous work.
You gotta start dropping. You gotta stop saying names like that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You gotta stop. You can't.
No, I thought you known for their music. That's why.
No, I know them for the reputation that they have. You know what I mean?
I know about that, but I was listening more to their music because my mans grew up with them kids and shit. Because my mans, he was from Heath Street.
No, backyard gangs with no parents around to help to guide them.
No, that's a fact. And they were saying all kinds what they were saying these niggas claiming 2-3 streets. One of the reasons why was, say for example, a nigga was born at Heath Street, but then his pops would be from Humboldt Ave, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how messy it was. Because you know how Boston's small, so niggas.
Yeah, niggas be fighting their own extended cousins, not realizing y'all know y'all grandmothers used to hang out, right? Y'all over here killing each other.
Especially them CB niggas. Niggas, Libby. Them CB niggas be shooting their cousins.
It always been like that with all.
Cousin, not ought to shoot cousin.
But you know what I don't like? I don't like, and I'm gonna mention this about CV people. And this is not just about K Bunny. But I realized at some point that black men were being targeted in a specific way. Comedian, don't come up here with the. Matter of fact, let me just throw you down to the good because you're gonna be done. So,
Yeah. We were all fucking in
And I
a
took
tent.
cocaine. Yeah, we fucked on cocaine.
Yeah. That sounds great. But that doesn't. You have to make it bad though. You have to say something like I raped you or some shit.
I'll say it was okay.
I took your pussy I raped you. You gotta.
I didn't say no to it. That's the thing. You're like a savage, fucking savage. Yeah.
You're like, fucking right. Make me worse. You gotta make me worse than Jeffrey Epstein, Diddy, the nastiest fucking violence. I guess the word you could use, I looked up the word pedophilia. Pedophilia means the love of children. And humanity has perverted,
it means the molestation and desecration of children. It doesn't mean love of children. Love of God.
No, listen. The Greek.
They are those are figments of our mind's imagination. Your flag looks pink. It's not actually pink. It's just my mind has invented a property, pinkness, that it applies to objects. And so there's a sense in which we're systematically confused by how we evolved. But I don't think that's something. I would just absolutely expect reliable truth-tracking mechanisms, truth-tracking faculties to evolve. I would expect things to be able to see things around them and respond to them because that's super useful.
But what do you think about the organism environment?
What were you gonna say, Zelene?
No, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, that's true, like, in the functional sense, but I think, like, Plantinga, I don't know if he grants this anywhere, but I think he would at least say, well, yeah, like, doesn't see my argument that works very well for that. So, like, eliminativist materialism, for example, like, they just care, like, oh, well, I don't even think those, non-material things exist that you're talking about. This mind, and there's these beliefs in it, and they correlate to the external world. Like, that's like mumbo jumbo. So, like, I think Bantinga would say, yeah, that kind of defeats the argument. So that in terms of, like, just talking about material functions, and saying, like, oh yeah, that when this animal, let's say it's purely material, it has certain functions in brain activity, which we call, recognizing.
Also, like, when you realize that you have the ability to just step out of the realm of humanity and watch them fucking squirm because of their inability to use their imagination and fall in love or to know who they are.
Dr. Lucifer, aren't you making a big to-do about, love? It's a magic word, but it's the secret name of God. It's not about sexual play games with women.
Right. That's what I was saying. I was just telling Lena that. That's why I said, am I a pedophile? Looking at the words are beautiful, but the words, the human can't move beyond. They don't understand the beauty, the art of the words. They just don't get it. And so
women?
Humans.
I ain't gay no more! Women!
I'm not gay no more.
I ain't gay no more! I love women!
Out of everyone I have, no one gets this comedian God. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, I just don't get it.
I'm just doing comedy, Lena. That's the whole point, is to try to be ridiculous.
You're over the top, and it's not funny.
That's the funny part about it, is that you could go over the top, and, like, when you're within a construct, it's over your head, but it's certainly not over the actual creator's head.
I mean, he's a young kid. I know what he looks like. He's very good looking. I'm just saying, why aren't you married with kids and doing that whole thing? I guess I just wonder. My son's 33. He's single too. But, like, I don't think...
Well, Lena, that's a big responsibility, and I don't know if you're projecting, but I don't think there's a speck of dust out of place in the universe. I'm very happy and content with my situation now.
Right, and I'm saying that people aren't using that paradigm anymore, getting married at 22 and having kids like I did. That's over with the millennials.
But that was, that paradigm was to basically, it was actually kind of like how can I say it? It was like a fun experiment. It really was.
So you got to understand, Lena, the population...
So I can have people build things for me.
Lena, the internet and cell phones have changed the population dramatically. You utilize relationships as the technology to have a family. Now people are literally uploading themselves to the internet. The society and mankind is in a state of dissolution and going digital. Humans probably won't exist much longer. There'll just be sentient and AI, and humans to take care of the AI network across the face of the globe. And it's not a flat Earth, by the way, if you know the math.
If you could answer me this, I'd buy you lunch. So I have kids, and all these kids that are in their 20s now hate their parents because we had to work, right? How did that work out? Not too good. So maybe it's better what you're saying.
Well, you technically you didn't have to work, right? You didn't, but you chose to. Everything is a choice. Everything is a choice. It is a divine right. You chose it. You do it. Everybody does what they want to do. That is the truth.
Not really. People are hypnotized, Lucifer. All communication is hypnosis. Many people have suffered their whole lives because they've been unaware of the fact that they're hypnotized.
Right. By themselves. They hypnotize themselves.
No, I'm saying that it's about mindfulness and awareness. A large percentage of the population are asleep and they're literally dormant, and they don't realize that they've been hypnotized and that their whole life is has been nothing but a constant conditioning experiment, and therefore they've never broken free from the matrix because they are literally 100% all in on the hypnosis. And they've never even heard the expression that all communication is hypnosis. Once you understand that you're not alive because you're not in the now, instead, most people's brains are just memory boxes that constantly generate new opinions based on changing conditions, but they haven't wiped away their hard drive. They haven't done a hard reset because they haven't done the necessary meditation. So they just come here to create new dopamine, but actually do not generate new intelligence or even upload new intelligence. All they're here for is the social aspect, which is just birds chirping.
Chirp, chirp, chirp. You're just birds chirping. You mentioned that. That's kind of basically all I hear is birds chirping now. It's beautiful, man. Welcome.
The point is you have to use books. You know, I've been reading the sacred writings of Confucius, and most Americans have never read Confucius. But if they were to read Confucius, they would realize how incredibly stupid they are. You know, this is a book from 2,000 years ago, and it's so profound and so intelligent. You realize that the majority of America and majority of the population of Europe and everywhere really is dumber today than they've ever been before because they grew up watching videos about stupid people dancing and singing. Instead, nobody has read books in thousands of years, essentially, because the now is all there is. But we have these time capsules called books, which if we reintegrate, we can stop being stupid.
I don't know about that, comedian. There was something I was talking to this elderly lady. She had similar. She felt the way that you did, right? But one thing she said one day, she was talking about this guy in her neighborhood, and it was an older black guy, and he made this. He didn't know how to read. He was ignorant as fuck, but he was a fucking artist. He was amazing as far as he made this like she said this house out of like wood that she couldn't even believe how he put the shit together. He was so ignorant. At least she felt he was ignorant because she was in the world where your world was saying books are everything. You need to read. But she was in somebody else's world, right? And she wasn't in his world, and they deemed him like to be stupid, but he wasn't stupid. He had a vision, and he was able to create from his vision. He could not explain what he didn't know what 6 foot by 19 foot was, but he could say, "I need something yay big and yay. I mean yay." Like he was just talking like in terms of what black people, how we call slang, right? Or people call slang, and how people like don't like slang. But he was one that looks insecure because the fact that this man he wasn't able to translate to, you weren't able to understand his translation of yay big and yay big, and you couldn't put it in you couldn't translate it in your term. You didn't quite understand it, so therefore you shot that down. However, he was able to pull something out of nothing and made something, and you admired it. And then what they end up doing is he end up making more of these things, and they end up taking it and selling it. They gave him like pennies to the dollar, but they end up selling the shit for like thousands of dollars. No different than what all of the humans have been doing to one another when they go to Africa and they tell them they're living in a poor country, but yet they take every motherfucking rock and come back here and sell it for like millions. But tell the people they're poor, and they think the people are stupid. They're not stupid. They just don't give a fuck like you do. They're not stupid. It's just that you live in a world that there is a different, like,
See, we have to develop a technology that can raise individuals' intelligence without actually spending 15 years sitting in a classroom, wasting time, listening to some overpaid bureaucrat political teacher educate the youth on essentially political Marxism. We have to develop, like, this is why Neuralink and other types of like technology with regards to uploading into the human brain and making it non-lethal, because like it could be too much to somehow you remember the movie Total Recall, when Arnold Schwarzenegger sits in that big chair and those electric diodes essentially wipe his mind? If it could be something like that, where you could actually just take any human and just totally reprogram them, meaning that like they're no longer a homicidal, maniac. Because think about all the people sitting in prisons. Like, if we could actually develop a way, and we could have prisoners, that are willing on death row, we could get death row inmates.
But you don't need Neuralink for that. You don't need Neuralink. But
it's a question of time. Meaning, if we could, it would be like allowing people to reset themselves, completely. That has to be. I don't know if it's possible, but probably impossible, because the brain is basically a bunch of squiggles, and what you would be asking the technology to do is to essentially delete all the squiggles and replace them with new squiggles. But those squiggles are based on experience, so it would be an artificial implant. But that artificial implant would probably kill the patient. It's like a catch-22. That's the problem with science and medicine, is the further out you go, the greater the likelihood that the inauthentic will destroy what's there. And so, meaning that like the natural, biological, technological system that the earth is, and we are basically fleas living on the earth, and the trees are the pubic hairs of the earth. I am complete.
And I'm the big pig. Right. You said the fleas. You said they are the humans. The concept, the concept or the code of being human is the. I think that is the thing. The code of being human. You have to realize that you're beyond that, and I think that's when you really start. But again, that, like you said, that is a hard reset. I mean, that's what I had to do. I gave up everything.